Hi, this is Donald King. In case you're wondering what the face looks like, this is me. Now, this is my first video on YouTube. On this channel, my aim is to constantly talk about Forex, different techniques on trading Forex, different profitable strategies which you can use to trade Forex, and also as well with stocks, because I do have experience with stocks as well. I'll talk about stocks, how to trade them, how to find the right stocks, picking the right stocks, and also riding them for the long run, right? Now, this channel is mainly focused around giving you different strategies, different ideas which you can easily implement. And also, I'm going to be busting some of the myths you've already heard about Forex or stocks, or, well, industry-wide myths mainly. So I'll be sharing my experience, my opinions. If you like this sort of topics, making money in general, please consider to subscribe to the channel, show your love and support. Now, from the title of this video, you already have an idea of what I'm going to be talking about today. So I'm not going to keep rambling on. Let's just get on. Now, you will never make money trading Forex. I know that might sound a bit controversial, but yeah, let's start from there first, okay? What a way to start first video, right? Okay, you never make money trading Forex, and there's a reason for that. Now, Forex itself, the Forex markets wasn't designed as, should I say, it wasn't designed for the average or the average day trader or the private individual, the private investor. That was not what, should I say, the economy or the markets had in mind when Forex was, invented many years ago. Now, well, because of the advent of the internet, anyone can basically go online these days and open a brokerage account and simply place a trade. And what happened is, it got commercialized by the brokers, selling obviously their brokerage platforms or leasing it out to you for you to place a trade, and then they make commission of the spread and so on and so on. Now, because of how easy it is to get on how easy it is to open a brokerage account, many uninformed private investor or people who get lured into this industry of wanting to make quick money or quick cash, they've gotten caught up into this, thinking Forex is one way to make quick cash. Whereas if you look at the industry statistics, 90% of Forex traders will lose 90% of their trading accounts within the first 90 days of trading. Now, the industry called this the 90% rule, right? So when you start trading Forex, this is something you want to be aware of, that there's a statistics which has already been correlated. This is coming from many years of data collection, right? And the statistic is very accurate. It's extremely accurate. 90% of Forex traders will lose 90% of their trading accounts in the first 90 days, right? Now, saying that as well, there's a reason why this statistic is really true. Now, I mentioned earlier why a lot of people get attracted to this industry. They think because of there's so much money to be made, the money is just on the table, they're sitting, waiting for them to come pick it up. But what they don't realize is there are major players in this industry who have the money, the deep pockets to hire some of the smartest people in this world, to have some of the, the most brilliant analysts in this world working on their team. They have the money to build some of the most intelligent algorithmic trading systems in this world, which are going to be able to react faster, 1,000 times faster than any human can, right? These guys have the money to do that, and they're doing it, right? So what happened is, for the private individual, how do they approach the Forex markets? Here's what they do. So for the average private individual, he probably has a job, right? He works full-time. So number one, he has a job, right? He works full-time. And he sees Forex as a way to make, side income, extra income. Maybe one day you know, living the beach and sunny life, right? Every man's dream, every woman's dream, as the case may be. Now, that's possible. That's very possible. Don't get me wrong, right? But what I'm saying is, just stay with me here. Now, he has a job, and he probably got sold the idea that he could take a trade, you know, in the morning before he goes to work, or he could take a trade, you know, whilst at work. He could take a trade whilst at work when, you know, the market is going and things like that. So let me just clear this. So this one is mornings. Excuse my writing. Let me just read this properly. So he's gonna take a trade in the morning. This one is work, right? So he gets sold the idea that, look, I hope you can see this. He gets sold the idea that he could take a trade in the morning before going to work, or he could take a trade while at work, right? Now, there's a big flaw to this thinking, or anyone with this thinking process. Let me explain that. You see, the Forex market itself, or any market per se, you want to be able to get in when you, at least you have an edge over the market, or you know you have a directional bias to where the price is likely going to move to. And to be able to get that on the Forex market, regardless of any pair you're looking at, you need to wait for a proper trade setup, right? You need to wait for a proper trade setup. You don't just wake up one morning and say, okay, I'm going to buy or I'm going to sell. That's not going to work. But the private individual who thinks that every morning he can simply take a trade, now he's not considering the fact that the market itself is an entity of its own, right? It's an entity made up of buyers and sellers, right? So you need to wait for a trade setup before you could take a real or a valid trade, you know, with a high probability of price moving in your direction. Now with that one, this is already flawed. It's not going to work. Okay. Now this other one here, which is the idea of trading while at work, whilst you're doing, you know, your job, your business, you're going about your normal day. Now there's a big flaw to that as well. You see, when the markets are open every day, there are many market information or news per se that gets released that hits the exchanges or the trading floor, you know, the communication network and things like that. Now, these news could move the market in any direction in the split of a second, right? Especially if you're day trading, you know what I'm talking about. If you talk about the non-farm payroll reports and things like that, right? Now, these news could move the market in any direction in the split of a second, just like that. So if you are going to be able to trade effectively while at work, you need to make sure that you can react right to the minute or right to the second when these news are being released, or when you perceive these news are being released, or they're going to get released very soon. You need to be able to react to that, right? Now, not everyone in their job can do this, right? Imagine you're in a meeting, or you're about to go into a meeting, and a major news report is due in the next 5 minutes. What are you going to say? What are you going to do, right? And come on, if you've ever tried placing a trade from your mobile device or monitoring the chart from your mobile device, you know what it feels like, right? Right? Now, the mobile device, I know is good. Technology is advanced now, right? You see, this is the false narrative. Should I say false narrative, or the false sense of advancement which technology brings sometimes in certain industry? Because now everyone can easily get an MT4, MT5 mobile app downloaded to their phone, and you think you can easily just open a trade anywhere you go, and then you can analyze the market from there, and then you can place a trade. Now, you could do that, but that's a loser's game, right? That's a sucker's game. You could use your mobile device to monitor your trades. That's fine. You could do that, right? But when it comes to finding positions or finding a trade to take and things like that, you need a proper system, right? There's a reason the banks, the hedge funds, the investment banks, the central banks, they trade on the computer or they use algorithmic systems which run on the computer, not on a mobile device. This is a serious business. Don't if you're one of those people who believe you can easily just take a mobile device and open a trade and analyze the market. How's that working out for you, right? Right. So the thing that could do that, it doesn't work, right? Like because of the reason I just explained just now, it doesn't work. If you're doing that, you might want to reconsider your trades. Now, if you think I'm wrong, leave a comment below. Let me see. At least just give me an idea of what you think about what I'm saying, right? Let's have a conversation about this. Okay. Now, so this private individual who thinks he can take a trade while at work, right, he's already flawed as well, like I mentioned, because one, he cannot react quickly enough. So let me just come up here. His reaction is already slowed down. He can't react quickly enough. Number two, his focus, he lacks focus. His focus has already been diminished as well. And number three, there's a high chance he's gonna miss a trade. Right? So his reaction, this guy here, his reaction is already flawed. His focus is already flawed. And there's a high chance he's going to miss a trade. Right? So that is why this strategy will never work for you if you have a job, if you work full-time and you're trying to trade Forex, or maybe you run a business and you're trying to trade Forex. Now, there's another category of people as well I'd like to talk about. So that is, just 1 second. Not category of people, a category of, a thought process of different people that I want to talk about. Now, the guy who has a job, he thinks, oh, okay, to mitigate my inability to trade during the day because I'm at work or things like that, I have a good idea. I'm going to get a signal service. Right? I'm going to sign up to a signal service, a Forex signal service. Right? He's going to sign up to a Forex signal service. Come on, you've been there, you know what I'm talking about. Now, this is your Achilles heel. This right there is your Achilles heel. Number one, you are... How can I put this nicely? Number one, your reaction time right? That needs to be spot on if you're going to take a signal from any signal service provider, right? It needs to be spot on, meaning the moment the signal is released, you need to be able to place that trade on your trading platform. That's number one. Number two, I generally don't believe in the idea of there's this popular saying which goes like this: if you give a man a fish, he will feed for a day, but if you teach a man how to fish, he could feed for a lifetime, right? That's my philosophy in life. And you are giving you're giving up your ability to create wealth for yourself. Just forget about my writing, listen to what I'm saying. Now, if you fall into this category, you have this to contend with. Your reaction time is slow. You're giving up your ability to create wealth for yourself to another person, right? Why would you want to do that? Right? Why would you want to do that? If you've been doing that, how's it working for you? How much have you made so far? Not a lot, if I can guess. Now, what is the way to fix all this? These two problems, this problem, and the other ones I mentioned before. What's the way to fix it? Well, a simple strategy or a simple way to fix this would be, if you know you fall into this category, you have a job and you want to trade Forex, for example. Now, let me just say this. If you're a day trader, you have the time to sit in front of your computer 24 hours a day waiting for a trade setup, or you have an automated system that sends you potential trade entries. Please, by all means, keep doing day trading. I'm not talking to you now per se, right? I'm talking about the majority of people who have, who I know, or who have statistically, they want to trade forex, but they work full time on they run a business or things like that. They have other commitment. These are the people I'm focusing on. If you have the time to sit in front of your computer 24 hours a day, then please, by all means, keep doing what you're doing if it's working for you. If it's not working for you, then listen to this, right? Now, this guy who has a job or who runs a business, what can he do to fix this? Well, what he can do is to simply choose his battleground. He needs to choose his battleground. I hope you can see what I'm writing, right? He needs to choose his battleground. That's what he needs to do. Now, what do I mean by that? Now, the battleground for this guy has to be what sort of trading system he wants to use, or what sort of trading ideology or trading pattern he wants to follow. In other words, what time frame does he want to trade, right? Now, there are many time frames in the forex market. There's minute chart, 5 minute chart, 15, 1 hour, 4 hours, 30 minutes, and so on, onto the daily, weekly, and the monthly, right? Now, this guy, he cannot trade the day traders time frame. He cannot even trade the swing traders time frame. It's not recommended, okay? What he needs to do to fix this, right? What he needs to do is to move to the higher time frame, which is the daily, the weekly, and the monthly time frame. That's where he needs to be. That's his battleground. That's what he needs to do to fix this problem, right? Now, for the day trader who shoots to catch quick pips, 20 pips, 30 pips, and so on, just leave them to keep doing their thing, right? They lose a lot of money anyway. Just leave them to keep doing their thing, right? Focus on this time frame, okay? Now, this is not going to be a trigger happy system for you, right? It's not going to be a trigger happy system, but with the right strategy, you can find trades that a single trade, one trade itself. There you go with the postman. Sorry about that. Now, one trade itself on this time frame could easily produce anything between 250 to 300 pips or more, right? Or should I say between 200 to 400 pips and so on a single trade. And in a month, if you focus on trading this sort of strategy, you're likely going to get between 3 to 4 trades per month. Now, this is far better than trying to fight with the day trader or the algorithmic system that you have to react quickly like that, right? This is far better. This is more profitable for you. It is less stressful, it is efficient, it's profitable, and you have a pleasurable experience with the forex markets. Just move into the higher time frame. As simple as that. That's how to fix this problem. If you keep doing what you're doing right now, you will never make money trading forex. But if you move over to the higher time frame, especially if you have a job, business, or you have all the daily commitment and things like that, then you have a good chance of making some serious money in this market. Believe me, I've done it. It is really good. It is really possible. I've done it. Okay. Now, another thing you need to consider as well is that the daily charts, the monthly and the weekly charts, they are very much easier to find trade setups, valid trade setups, right? Because think about it, the daily charts, when the bar moves up and down, up and down, up and down, the only time you need to look at the bar or look at the chart is when the market is closed, which most likely you're done from work, you're at home, you've already had your dinner or whatever, depending on your time zone per se, right? But you can walk around that. It's easier for you to manage. You can plan your life around that, right? You're not under the pressure of making instant market decision or instant trade decision just like that. You're not under that sort of pressure, right? So which is why I always recommend, if you work full-time or you have a job, business, whatever, don't stress yourself with this, with the signal service guys, the day traders, and so on and so on. Simply move over to the higher time frame. Okay. Alright, so that's all I want to talk about this video. So if you like what I've shared, please like. If you don't like it, you see the thumbs down button there, just hit it twice. Yeah? If you like what I said, the thumbs up button, hit it once. If you don't like what I said, the thumbs down, hit it twice. Okay? I hope you can do that. Alright guys, I'll see you next time. Bye for now.